Alright, welcome to me Ghostbusters Fire Station toy review. There's a nice Ghostbusters sign on the side there, and the lovely big red doors which you can pull open. And one of the things that I always thought was quite funny about this is that the doors look rather large, but actually, like, height wise, it comes to there. So obviously you don't have this additional height for anything to try and get in there. I mean, it's still a pretty big clearance. Ecto 1, I'm pretty sure fits in there pretty good, although I'm saying pretty good. I don't have Ecto 1 to show, unfortunately, but I will get it eventually. I will have Ecto 1, it will be mine. Right, so that's the front, and as you can see, it's kind of got the roof, the windows and the door. And then this side, which is personally my favourite side, the kind of the bit derelictness going on there, where the renderings kind of came off, and you can see the brickwork underneath. I always thought that looked like, you know, pretty cool for people like walking past and things, you know. Just a nice bit of scenery. And then from the back here, I'll get the build. So see in there, so you got the bottom bit here, which is like the garagey bit, with stickers and things on the wall. I will kind of go into a bit more detail of these. There is this nice big pipe which runs down the corner. There's Bill's big E getting in the way. So you see, you've got like the ground floor here, the first floor, and then you've got the top floor, and then the roof. So you get 4 levels of play area within the Ghostbusters Ghostbust house. And if we have a look inside, there's a picture there of somebody's grandma, where you can see there's like a little hole there at the back which you can use to drop people down, and you'll notice the grate there is one of the other features, as there's the grate on the top. And basically what you would do is you would put your ectoplasm in there, and it would sort of ooze and filter down through to this one, and then ooze and filter down into the garage. So that is that. Here is the fire pole, which it's not the best kind of, you know, I think they could have maybe designed it better, but we'll show it off for you. Here's Lewis here, the 5th member of Ghostbusters. You'll remember him from the Ghostbusters movie. I don't know if he ever actually showed up in the cartoon, but you basically stand him on there. Boom, and he's down. There's a switch on the top there which basically you just pull that to activate it. And as you can see, there is 6 peg holes on that, so you can get maybe four people on there at once. Although the gap is a bit narrower to get squeezed through. But I'm pretty sure if you really wanted to, you could. So in here, this is like the library section, so you've got the books and stuff on the wall there. And more books and things and artifacts on that wall there. And inside the garagey bit, you've got a jack and a Henry Hoover thing, and control panels and steam boilers and stuff like that, and moulded bits in the bottom. This set came with the ghost containment unit, which I always thought looked pretty decent. It looks just like it does in the film kind of thing, or at least a little bit like it does in the film. It's the same colour. But I always kind of found I never knew really where to put it in the Ghostbusters house, because, you know, it kind of fits there, but then you can't really get Ecto 1 in and things, so it doesn't actually have a place that it really kind of readily fits, especially when you put the top bit on it as well, like that. Now, again, with this part of the Ghostbusters thing, I mean, the traps went in that bit, or like that looks like where they should go in to put the ghosts in, but you kind of have to take this top bit and open it up, and then put in some ghosts like that. Obviously that's not a ghost, it's a monster in my pocket, but that's what came with this set when I bought it, so he kind of lives with it. So then you put that onto there like so, and then when you pull this along, the ghosts fall into the main trap or the main containment unit, and you can take that back off, and the ghosts are now in there. So it kind of seems a bit redundant really. I mean, you know, you'd think for opening that to then transferring that, you could just fling them in there really, but so that's that. I will show you the ghosts that I did get when I bought this. Obviously this one's more contained than the others. There you go. So I got this one, which is kind of like a weird kind of cheesy melted ghost. Got this one, which is a kind of big mouthed teethy ghost. This one, who's kind of back of his head's torn from opening his mouth so wide, and that one, which is a slightly better, not as faded and as dirty looking version of that, and a red version of it. So I've got 3 of them ghosts. I also got, as you saw earlier, I got Lewis, I got Winston with his fright feature. This was my favourite Winston, this one, like, this one was, it's all colder. Oh, and this ghost as well, which I think came with Winston. And he's kind of using his hands there to pull his mouth open. And I used to always put this one on his head. Kind of use it as a bit of a mask or a helmet or something. And finally got Ray. So got all that. And there was another thing in the auction that they didn't actually send us to start with, which I was kind of, I wouldn't say I was nasty, but I just sort of did send them a message to sort of say, excuse me, but in the picture there is this trap, and obviously you can see it's missing its handle, unfortunately, but you know, that doesn't detract from it too much. And it has this button on the side here, which I believe when you press it, doesn't do anything. That's always handy. I was under the impression that I was going to open the trap. The button here, that's the button, and what happens is you press this and the trap opens. Ta-da! Now the string on this does have wheels as well, so you can actually pretty much do the Ghostbusters thing of wheeling it out and pressing the button. Now this string or pipe or whatever it is on this is quite literally about a metre, if not more, 1.5 meters long. It is massive. You would never, ever, ever get that kind of thing on a toy today. You'd probably get, you know, this much if you were lucky. But no, back in the 80s, they gave you a mile of stuff to let you quite happily hang yourself. So there you go. That is my Ghostbusters review. An absolutely amazing playset. A must have. I never had it as a kid, I must admit. I did know somebody who did. I think for me, one of the reasons why I really, really loved it was the fact that at the time, you know, you had like Castle Grayskull and other kind of mythical playsets, whereas this was just like it was a building that could exist in the real world, and I think because of that, it stood out, or appeared to be so much different than the stuff that was out at the time. If you can grab one for a good price, definitely pick it up, and I'll catch you all later on.